Hi everyone, Bernard here on behalf of MovieGameNostalgia.com. This is our regular look at what's new at the cinema and movie theatre. Please push the old subscribe button so you know when these you can get all the access to all these vlogs and videos. Please push the bell notification so you know when these are coming out, the board game reviews, poster reviews, etc. And obviously, if you're into football, my vlogs on Manchester City, past and present. So history of City and what's going on now. Anyway, it's movies today. So let's have a look. We've got 3 today that are appearing at the cinema and theatre. So let's go through those now for you. The first one, well, it's another one, Little Women. I think we're all quite familiar with Little Women. This is another adaptation. I think this is the 8th major film adaptation of the 1868 novel by Louisa May Alcott, obviously an American classic. 2 hours and 14 minutes, classed as a romantic drama. At the 77th Golden Globe Awards, it received 2 nominations, including Best Actress in a Motion Picture and the Best Drama. So it's doing okay, getting good scores as well. It's Little Women explores the lives of the March sisters in 1860s New England, if you're not familiar with that. I mean, so obviously some people in Britain perhaps not as overly familiar as some in the US. So Little Women explores the lives of the March sisters in 1860s New England in the aftermath of the American Civil War. This new adaptation focuses more on the sisters' young adult lives, particularly after Meg, Jo and Amy leave their family home. It's directed by Greta Gerwig and stars, please accept my pronunciation here, it's spelled Saoirse, Saoirse Ronan, Emma Watson, Timothée Chalamet, Florence Pugh, Eliza Scanlen and Meryl Streep. So is it any good? Well, the critics like it. I mean, the Metascore, so this is all the critics' ratings combined, gets an overall Metascore rated of 9.1 out of 10, which is pretty amazing, to be honest with you. And I've just picked out USA Today's Brian Truitt, who he gave it an 8.8 out of 10, so it was one of the lower ones, and wrote, "The acting performance is stellar across the board, though the biggest joy of Little Women is Gerwig's magnificent screenplay." And the Internet Movie Database user rating is 7.7 out of 10, so a little bit less, about 1.5 points less, but still a good healthy score, 7.7. D.S. Claude Ginski on the 12th of December 2019, he gave it 8 out of 10 and wrote, "I saw Little Women tonight courtesy of a preview at my local theatre. It was cleverly written by Greta Gerwig, especially her use of flashbacks to tell the traditional story interspersed with a later one instead of a strictly linear retelling. The entire cast was outstanding, and Saoirse Ronan, sorry, my apologies again, leads the way." A little bit of trivia on this film. Although they portray heroines of American literature, none of the 4 leading ladies are in fact American. Emma Watson and Florence Pugh are English, Saoirse Ronan is Irish, and Eliza Scanlen is Australia. So that's Little Women, which is out to watch at the cinema or the movie theatre, and it looks pretty good from what we've got. So if you like that sort of thing, it's obviously not everyone's cup of tea, is it? But it's getting some good ratings, so it might be worth a watch. A little bit of a slant on the original as well. It looks like a little bit of a modern adaptation within it as well, so it might be quite interesting. Some of these films I'll be doing in main reviews anyway, but please check back on the MovieGameNostalgia.com blogs as well for full reviews on these movies at a later date. Right, the next one we're going to look at is a family comedy. It's called Playing with Fire. It's a PG rated, 1 hour and 36 minutes, and it's Nickelodeon Movies' 3rd and last film of 2019. That follows on from Wonder Park and Dora and the Lost City of Gold. And it's about a crew of rugged firefighters. Obviously, these are forest firefighters as opposed to the basic city ones. Rugged firefighters meet their match when attempting to rescue 3 rambunctious kids. Directed by Andy Fickman, stars John Cena, Keegan-Michael Key, and John Leguizamo. I can't even pronounce that. Leguizamo. Anyway, any good? Well, Metascore critics. Well, what did we get for the last film? We looked at 9.1. The Metascore critics rating for this little beauty, Playing with Fire, is 2.4 out of 10. So a little bit different. And I've picked out Movie Nation's Roger Moore, who rated it only 3 out of 10. He wrote the following: Every wrinkle in the plot is nakedly contrived, an obvious screenplay convenience. Every gag is given away. Every one-liner vanishes into the void. Kids may love projectile poop gags, but even they should be able to smell the odour playing with the fire puts out there. So he wasn't overly impressed with that. The user rating a little bit better, but still only 4.6 out of 10. But I did pick a few people liked it. I did pick a Smith Dean on the 29th of November 2019. He gave it 8 out of 10, so that was quite high. That's sort of quite higher than the average. But he did go on to say that he just got home from taking his son and his friend, who are both 6 years old. According to them, they loved it. 10 out of 10 for them. John Cena, Keegan-Michael Key, and John Leguizamo were great characters in this predictable story, predictable characters, predictable outcome. But that is the whole point of this movie. It's a kids' flick, and you put zero thought into it and watch it play out. I actually belly laughed at several parts. All the kids and tweens in the theatre laughed really, really hard. A great holiday flick. The kids will love it. So, yeah, I mean, apart from the scores, obviously, they say a 2 and a 4, basically. I mean, there are some people who are saying it's anyone over 10 might struggle. Obviously, this gentleman didn't just then, did he, doing that review? But it is aimed at kids, and it is a bit obvious. So, I'm not going to put you off watching it, even though, as I say, it's one of those films you're going to have to watch yourself, and perhaps take younger kids. If they like jokes about poo and things like that, I think it'll appeal to them. And the last one we're going to look at, again, sticking with the kids' theme, it's an animated action adventure called Spies in Disguise. It's a PG, an hour and 41 minutes. And the synopsis of the film is the world is counting on the highly famous super spy Lance Sterling to protect it from grave threats, who in turn often counts on the technical smarts of a young scientist, Walter Beckett, to fashion great gadgets to accomplish his missions in spite of himself. However, when Beckett attempts to introduce his newest invention of biodynamic concealment, Sterling accidentally ingests Beckett's experimental work and turns into a pigeon. He must now find out how he can save the world from a cybernetic madman while being such a small animal. This is directed by Nick Bruno and Troy Kane. Stars the voice of Karen Gillan, Rachel Brosnahan, Tom Holland, and Will Smith. And this is Will Smith's first animated film since Shark Tale back in 2004, so 15 years previously to this film. Any good? Well, the critics, I'll give it a 5.3 out of 10, which isn't great. The Metascore rating, 5.3. I picked Empire's Ian Freer. He gave it a 6 out of 10 and wrote, better in conception than execution, Spies in Disguise never really gets the best out of its James Bond is a pigeon high concept. The result is entertaining while it lasts, but won't lodge itself permanently in your memory bank. And the Internet Movie Database user rating, so that's the Joe Public, give it a 6.4 out of 10, so that's a little bit healthier. And I picked out a gentleman called Mark Matthews, who watched it on the 15th of December 2019, and he rated it 6 out of 10, so I've picked that up. He goes on to say, this movie appeals to boys as well as girls because of the strong leads. Will Smith is obviously the lead, but he is supported by the lovable Tom Holland and hard-nosed Rashida Jones. It is suitable for kids of all ages because of the action, but no actual depictions of people being killed. In addition, the supporting character, Walter Beckett, advocates for non-violent disabling of enemies. The storyline is plausible, but a bit long. The realism in the injuries to the characters are not. Think of lots of Looney Tunes stunts. So obviously that's well liked for an animation. Obviously, you want to take your kids. You've obviously got the option there of playing with fire and Spies in Disguise. I'd probably lead towards Spies in Disguise based on the reviews, but as I said, it wasn't all negativity for playing with fire. And of course, the classic Little Women gets another retelling. So if you've not had enough of Little Women in one, I mean, we've had TV series of it as well as films, haven't we? So if you're not bored with that, as I said, I think they've adapted it, modernised it a little bit as well. So it might be quite interesting to watch. Anyway, that's the 3 films on at the cinema and theatre this week. That's Little Women, Playing with Fire, and Spies in Disguise. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please push the subscribe button. Push the bell notifications so when you know these movie reviews are coming out. All my links will be below to Twitter. I'm at nostalgia_movie on Twitter, and at Facebook I'm on Bernard Deneen with links to moviegamenostalgia.com, my website for DVD, board games and posters, and I nearly forgot. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope to see you all again very, very soon. Whatever you're going to do with the rest of your day, look after yourself. look after your friends, and obviously look after your family. And I'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye.